Hello everybody and welcome to the GMS Magazine channel. I am Paco Garcia, your host, and today I bring you Those Dark Places. This is the first game published by Jonathan Hicks and it's been done through Osprey Games. Now, Osprey has a good reputation for having some really well published books, and if you want a test of it, check out my Paleomythic Ubooking video because, well, that shows pretty much the same thing. So I want to take a look at it because being the first book from Jonathan Hicks, is this going to be worth the amount of money that you have to pay to get your hands on it? Welcome to the GMS Magazine Unbooking videos. Those Dark Places bring us there, to Those Dark Places. This is a industrial space horror game that takes us very, very far away from the very light, spacious, clean, very airy kind of Star Trek-y ships that we are seeing at the moment on television. This takes us a lot closer to Alien, Event Horizon, that kind of dingy, crowded, dangerous, uncomfortable and truly unknown places in space. I haven't finished reading this book yet, so I cannot give you a full review, but I can show you the book and tell you a little bit about what I have already read. The book is a 127 pages in full color and hardback. The cover alone is fantastic. With just two shapes, and the title is already telling us everything we need to know about what this game is going to be all about. And the industrial science fiction role-playing really leaves no doubt as to what this is, inside, what the game is all about. The back cover is very, very well taken care of, with a lovely illustration of one of the NPCs, or the PCs if you so wish, a little bit of blurb about what the game feels like, what the atmosphere is going to be, and an explanation as to what the game is all about. Again, that is brilliant, because this is what's really going to sell the book at a local store. So very well taken care of. The quality of the cover is fantastic. It is very, very good. It is what I would expect from Osprey. If you take a look at my unbooking video of Paleomythic, it's pretty much the same quality. It is what I was expecting. There's one thing I'm finding a bit puzzling, and is that as soon as you open the game, the first page, there is no credits anywhere. Yes, it credits the author, but it doesn't credit anywhere who the artists, the illustrators are, or proofreaders, the editors, the publisher, absolutely nobody. I can only imagine that this is because they are staff members of Osprey and thus they don't usually put them. It's a shame because it's a good idea. It's very nice to be able to say to somebody, hey, I've looked at the layout you've done, I love it, for example. It would be good just to have that. One thing I've noticed of Osprey is that they do contribute to a charity to repopulate the forests that need to be taken down in order to create paper. Thank you for doing that. That is absolutely brilliant. The table of content is really simple. There isn't really an awful lot to this. I like it because it's detailed enough to let me know exactly where I can find anything once I'm reading, but it's not so much that it's going to put me off reading this because it's given me 3 pages of table of content. I like that. The layout is very clean and the illustrations, the line work is lovely, absolutely lovely, and it is very consistent throughout the book. The art direction has done a great job because there aren't a mismatch of mixed match of styles all over the place. Everything is very similar. Everything keeps a very clean, very simple palette. The style is consistent throughout the whole book. which is great because it helps give a great sense of identity to the whole book. And hopefully, if there are more books published on this line, it will continue on the same trend. The layout is fairly easy to read. The font is not bad. It's a tiny little bit on the small sides for me, and unfortunately, because of the dyslexia that I keep mentioning, the separation between paragraphs is not enough to make it easy for me to read. These translate in some pages to be very close to being a wall of text. I know they aren't. Believe me, I know they are not. But they can feel a little bit like that. They can feel a little bit intimidating. I have found myself coming back to reread a couple of paragraphs because I missed the line break. Other than that, it is very clean. I love the separation between titles and subtitles because that makes it very clear where you are within each chapter, which is very good. And the amount of illustrations is actually good enough. So it's just my own niggle about having a bit more separation between paragraphs. That would have been a lot better for me. And using such a serif font makes it slightly harder. But I am in the minority, so don't take this as a bad criticism. It's just something to point out for some people. In the book, everything is very clearly designed and very clearly divided. I love these little tables all over the place. They are all over the place in the book. They're very good because they are very clear. The contrast between the grey and the black is all right, and they don't distract me with unnecessary decor. Love the cruise sheet and absolutely love it. This is so simple. Now, what have I read thus far? Character generation is a doodle. It really is going to take you between 7 and 10 minutes to create a character. The number of roles have been very greatly reduced to just a handful in your attributes. Where are they? I've seen them very close. Here. The roles are very, very, very reduced because the point is to help you develop the character, not to constrict you into being one particular thing. Yes, if you do anything that's related to these attributes, these roles, then you're going to have some advantages, but it's meant to be just that. It's meant to be an advantage, not a conscription. The game is played with d6s, to which you will add a number based on your attributes and your level of skill. If you roll anything under 7, you fail. If you roll a 7 exactly, that's a partial success. And if you roll over 7, that is a success, that's it. That's the mechanism of the game. Again, something that is not really going to interfere with the gameplay, the adventure, and the storytelling part of the game itself. That's what I've managed to read thus far. Has it been worth it? Yes, because the narrative is beautiful. This is not written as the standard role-playing game where it's all like a technical manual. Not at all. This is already written from the point of view of somebody who is introducing you to a life in space. It is literally narrated, and I love it because to boot is very well done. So I'm really, really looking forward to finishing reading this book, and I have already told my friends that as soon as we finish the adventure, the alien adventure that we are running now, this is going to be where we're going to go to. So I'm hoping to give you, at the beginning of the year, a full review of this. But quite frankly, if you have a gamer friend, if you still need some stocking fillers for your Christmas wish list, have a go. I don't think you're going to go wrong with this. If you like horror games, definitely very, very well done indeed. Thank you very much indeed for being there, and thank you, Osprey, for sending this review copy that I am very, very much enjoying reading. And if you have already read the book, if you have already played it and you have anything to say about it, I would love to hear your opinion. So by all means, do leave it down there in the video description. I'd love to hear from you. But until the next time, thank you so much for being there, and I will talk to you very soon indeed. Take care.